for spring football this year?
Very good. Defense, special teams, and then keep our offense going in the right direction. So that's kind of in that order. And then, we've got to find, with personnel-wise, on defense, the junior college kids are in, find out where they fit in the scheme, and then we had a lot of secondary guys play last year, so we got to figure out some of those guys improved when people got injured, so we got a competition there on that side of it. And then on special teams, I feel like we got to find out who our field goal kicker is, and we feel like the young man Alex Kenny that we signed, we feel like he'll end up being the punter, but one of these young men here has got to be able to show they can punt too. So we got to figure out which one's the best out of that. Offensively, we've got to replace the guards on offense, and basically everybody else is back. And so we got to find out where we would utilize everybody. Take that back. We lost Dee and Tyler McCullough, so we got to get a big guy inside for Tyler McCullough, and then the guys to replace Dee at that position. So that's kind of where that looks. Some of our receivers mixed around last year. We redshirted some guys, and so I feel good about that. And usually we just kind of play those guys during the game and go, especially when we're playing a bunch of plays, and then we go from there.
Toby, I was talking to him before your deal in Broomfield last week, and he was saying that he could see the field goal kicker competition going all the way up to the last week right before you're open.
No, it could. But if one just jumps out way ahead of the other one, but hopefully, we're hoping one can kick field goals and one can kick off. That kind of saves your leg as you go. But if not, the best guy we're going to play, and hopefully, but we're going to give them, what I'm trying to say is in our scrimmages and in our practices, we will do more live field goals to put more pressure on them than we did last year. Now, we did that a lot the first year once we realized Will was a guy. So we'll do a little bit more of that type of situation to put more pressure on them. So we'll have it, we always had it scripted in practice, but there'll be a few more each because we'll have two guys kicking all the time. We're always we need to tweak it some. If you do exactly what we were doing before, I don't think but we will do a lot of it will stay the same. You can't. So
you're not going from a 4-3 to a 3-4?
Well, we did some 3-4 last year. If you in some of the games against some of the spread teams and some different things, we need to be multiple, and that's what I'm saying. We get out there with those new D linemen and all that to see what fits them best, and kind of go from there. So we'll have we need to be able to tweak it. I don't think in today's college football, and it's hard to always just, if you watch teams we're playing, it's always hard just to stay in the same front all the time. So you'll be able to have to mix it up a little bit. The back end, there's certain things that have to match up with the front, of course. But the back end, you either cover two or quarters or man. I mean, you can kind of fit that up with the front. It's just depending on what kind of running schemes we're getting, week to week.
You have a lot of bodies on the defensive line. It doesn't seem like you have a lot of depth at linebacker, though. Is there a chance you could try out some of those defensive ends at linebacker this spring?
We're planning on moving Christian Shaver. He's going to move to Mike, and then hopefully Deshaun Rippey keeps coming on, and then we got Grant Watanabe and those guys that are in the flux there with all the other guys that we have. So there's two guys that weren't there in that position at the end of fall.